Hello everybody, and today for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm reviewing a better Mousetrap. So this takes place immediately after the first episode, is where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are investigating what may have caused their lair to get destroyed after their attack from the mysterious robots, which are revealed to be the Mousers. And they see this when they watch it on the TV, after Raph and Leo return from recovering the various items they left behind or found in the damaged stuff. But turns out the creator is none other than Baxter Stockman. And this is the first appearance of Baxter Stockman in this show, and is also the first appearance of April O'Neil in this show. And instead of April being a reporter in this show, she is a lab assistant. So if you don't know in the Mirage comics, the second issue of that is we do learn about the Mousers, Baxter Stockman. He's basically the main villain of that issue, and that's where April meets the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the first time. And this episode's definitely very faithful to that storyline. But Baxter Stockman in this show, I honestly feel super bad for him in this show, even though he was already evil in this show. But the more you see him in this show, you just feel sorry for him. We'll get more into that as we go throughout the episodes. It's going to take a bit, but we'll get to it when we get to it. But April's getting suspicious about Baxter Stockman because his Mousers are getting literally built, and there's so many of them that April's starting to wonder where they're actually going instead of doing what they're meant to be tasked for, which are taking out the rats in the city, which is meant to fix the rat problem. But as she gets suspicious, she is eventually confronted by Baxter Stockman, who is revealed to be working for the Shredder. But while that's all going on, the Turtles manage to, with the help of Donnie, he's able to reprogram some of the Mousers. I think it was just one of them, and one of the Mousers ends up escaping, and the Turtles end up following a trail, while April is getting attacked by the various Mousers, and she's getting chased by them. She ends up getting fired from Baxter, of course, and she falls into a sewer-like tunnel after messing with one of the pipes in the lab, and she's getting chased by a ton of Mousers, and she's fearing for her life, while the Turtles are getting chased by a bunch of Mousers when they end up finding more, it leads them down a dark trail. And even before that, the Turtles were training with Master Splinter a bit, and I did like the line where Raph tries to insult Splinter, and he's like, I can hear that. But when the Turtles do find the Mousers, it leads to a giant battle between the Mousers, and they end up doing their best to take out the Mousers, but it ends up leading them down a giant trail in the sewer. And I do like the line where Leo ends up putting on the ninja, like I don't know what it is. It's like a ninja, like climber thing, and he says, "A ninja is always prepared." That's just like an iconic, classic line for Leo to say. But various things are happening. April is eventually surrounded by the Mousers in a dead end, and she is almost ready to get attacked by them, but when the Turtles finish off the remaining Mousers, they end up hearing April, and they end up coming to the rescue, and they take out the Mousers with their swift ninja moves, and they end up saving April, and she is relieved, of course, but she ends up passing out when she realizes that they're not human. It is the Ninja Turtles. And even Mikey cracks a joke, of course, realizing what he has caused, but it leads to a to be continued. And that's mainly the episode. So this episode was pretty good. I like how it's faithful to the second issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a lot more after that, like the I think the next episode is where we do learn more about Baxter Stockman and who he's working for with the Shredder. So as these episodes go on, it definitely builds towards a great version of the Mirage comics, which I think this version's a lot better than the actual Mirage comics, since the Mirage comics were meant to be very dark and gritty version of the Turtles. And I don't know, I feel like this show just matches it with the 80s Turtles personalities and the Mirage comics. I know I kind of said that the last review, but yeah. As for April in this show, I do like this version of April. I feel like I like most versions of April. I do like the 80s one, played by the awesome Renee Jacobs. I forget the actress who played this one, but her voice is just spot on. Like, it sounds like April, it looks like April. I do like the red hair. It fits April perfectly, in my opinion. And I know the Mirage comics, there's some weird debate with April where the outrage YouTubers were mad just because April was skin color was changed in that movie, and they were debating the Mirage April from being black or white, but like I don't see why it matters. I don't know why but that's like a different topic. But this April, like I said, is a good version of April. I like most versions of April. I don't know if there's any one I dislike. I would definitely like to rank the Aprils one day. But this one is April also easily gets along with the Turtles, so that's what makes this one very heartwarming. And as for Baxter Stockman, he's definitely an interesting villain for sure throughout this whole show. He doesn't become a fly in this show like in the 80s show, but it's definitely Baxter Stockman for sure, an evil scientist working for Shredder. So I probably give this episode probably a 7 out of 10, so yeah, it was definitely a fun episode for sure. Some good jokes and some nice action scenes in the sewer. So, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there was, when the Turtles were coming up with their sewer name, Mikey and Donnie were arguing, and they basically just reference every single, like, comic book reference. They basically say the Turtle Cave, like the Bat Cave, Gifted Young Turtles, which is basically Charles Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. Yeah, just basically just a bunch of comic book references. And it's nice that we do get references like that in the show like this. And there are Star Wars references later in the show when we get to the space episode. So we'll definitely talk about that for sure. So next episode, I forget what that one's called, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited to talk about it. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power!